Okay, picture this. There's a monster. A monster so scary that if you even glance at her, you get into huge trouble. So, how do you fight her? How do you fight someone you can't even look at? Well, a super brave hero had to solve this exact puzzle, and his story is just wow. Let's dive in and see how he pulled it off. So every monster has a backstory, right? And this one starts, well, not with a monster at all. It starts with a beautiful girl, but her story is about to take a really sad, really scary turn. Let's meet the girl who became Medusa.
So this is Medusa. But believe it or not, a long time ago, she was known everywhere for being just so beautiful. People would whisper about her amazing hair, saying it was like a waterfall of shiny silk. Seriously, anyone who saw her was just stunned by how lovely she was.
But then, oh boy, something went really wrong. Medusa ended up making a super powerful goddess named Athena furious. And let me tell you, you do not want to make a goddess angry. No way. And just like that, bam! A curse came down like a bolt of lightning. Medusa cried out as she felt this awful prickly change happening all over her. In just a few seconds, she wasn't a beautiful girl anymore. She was changing into something truly terrifying. And you know what came with this new look? A brand new power. A power that might be the most dangerous, most scary power in the entire world. So what did this curse actually do? Well, first off, that beautiful silky hair, it started to twist and wriggle and turn into a whole head full of hissing snakes. Can you even imagine? But that wasn't even the worst part. Oh no, the really scary part of the curse was what happened to her eyes. They got a terrible new power. They called it the gaze of stone. And here's how it worked. If you made eye contact with Medusa for just 1 second, zap, you'd turn into a solid stone statue. A person, a puppy, a bird, anything alive. And here's the kicker. You'd stay that way forever. You can bet everyone was absolutely terrified of her. Nobody even wanted to say her name out loud. Her home turned into this super creepy, quiet garden filled with stone statues. And those statues, they used to be brave warriors and adventurers who made one tiny mistake. They looked chills, right? But hey, every great monster story needs a great hero, doesn't it? And our hero, he knew something important. He knew that to beat Medusa, you didn't need to be the strongest. Nope, you needed to be the smartest. Word of this scary monster finally reached the ears of a brave young hero. His name was Perseus, and he knew someone had to do something. So with a deep breath and a ton of courage, he stepped up and said, "I'll do it." He accepted the challenge that everyone else thought was impossible. But that leaves us with the same old problem, right? The big question. How on earth was he gonna do it? I mean, seriously, if you can't look at her, how do you even find her in her lair? How could you possibly fight back without turning into a garden decoration? Well, Perseus had a secret plan, and it was pure genius. Okay, here's the breakdown. Step 1, get a shield. But not just any shield. A shield so shiny, so polished, it's basically a mirror. Step 2, use that shield's reflection to see everything. And step 3, the most important rule of all. Whatever you do, never, ever look directly at Medusa. Not even for a split second. Okay, so with his mirror shield ready, Perseus was off. This wasn't gonna be a normal fight with clanging swords. Oh no, this was gonna be a battle fought in a reflection. So he finds her spooky cave, and very quietly, step by step, he creeps inside. He could hear it, the hissing sound of the snakes on her head. So creepy. But he kept his eyes down. He did not look up. Because here's the genius part. He wasn't looking at Medusa. He was looking down at his shield, watching her reflection. It was like a little movie playing on his shield. He could see where she was, what she was doing. He could even aim his sword, all by watching the reflection. Totally safe. And because he was so smart and so careful and so brave, he did it. He actually did it. He succeeded. The monster that no one could defeat was finally stopped, not by muscle, but by a super clever plan. Woohoo! Way to go, Perseus! So what's the big lesson here?
I mean, this is an awesome story, but what can we take away from it? It's not just about cool heroes and scary monsters. It's about a power that you and I can use every single day.
And here it is. The big secret of the story is that smart thinking can defeat great danger. Yep, sometimes when you face a huge problem, you don't need to be the strongest person in the room. You just need to have the cleverest idea. And get this story might be a legend, but it actually popped up in the real world in a super cool way. You want to hear a little fun fact? Check this out. Real-life soldiers, way back in ancient Greece, actually painted Medusa's scary, snake-haired face right onto their shields. The thinking was, hey, maybe just the picture of her will be enough to scare the other guys away. Isn't that the coolest thing? So, that leaves us with one last thing to chew on. When things get tough, what do you think wins the day? Is it being brave, or is it being clever? What do you think?
You were an amazing adventurer today. Always remember, the most powerful tool you have is your own clever brain. All right, for today's mission, I want you to go find a mirror, look at your own reflection, and give it a huge hero smile. After that, grab your adventure passport and put a big stamp right on Greece. And hey, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more awesome legends. See you on the next adventure.